What's up, guys? Magic Libra back today with how to play the Horus engine full combo guide. This one's not as complex as the Fiendsmith. This one's actually pretty straightforward and simple. So this as an engine is debatable on how you want to play it in your deck. But there's only one that is a starter, and that's going to be the M-Seti. The other three monsters are complete and total utter bricks, so it depends on how many you want to play in your deck. If you only want to play the one, which I recommend is this one, it is really good for removal. Or you can play with this one, because this one boosts its attack and allows you to draw cards, I believe. So that is also really nice. But to go further into this card, if you are going to play an extra brick, I would recommend this one. Because not only does it boost its attack based on the number of Horus monsters you control, I believe it's with different names, but the other part is actually a pretty strong effect, is that if a card leaves your field because of your opponent, you can draw cards equal to the number of monsters you control with different names. Not Horus monsters, just number of monsters, which is really nice. It allows you to draw at least up to 6 cards, you know. That includes itself. So, really cool. But I would not recommend playing this one. But if you're looking for a rank 8 package and you just need to play the bricks, these are the 3 bricks. These are the 3 starters. But sorry for bumping the camera. This is how I play the engine. Is just 3 M-Seti, 1 Happy, 2 King Sark, and 1 Walls of Imperial Tomb. Walls of Imperial Tomb is basically like M-Seti. It fluctuates with your hand, it searches and whatnot. But the King Sark is strictly discarding to get the monsters into the grave. And so long as you have a King Sark on the field, you're able to special them back from grave. Walls of the Imperial Tomb acts as a King Sarcophagus because its name is changed to King Sarcophagus while it's placed up on the field. So even if you don't have the OG King Sark, the King Sark that allows you to special or allows you to search the monsters that you need will also act as a King Sark. So when they're in the grave, you can special them back. So you're effectively playing 3 King Sark, but you don't want to be playing 3 of the OG King Sark because if you're playing it as an engine, you don't really want to keep bricking on the same cards. You want to play the engine as effective as possible while also being able to play other cards that support your deck. So this is the best ratio for the engine that I recommend, but you can try playing with 3 King Sark if you want. This just allows you to search for M-Seti when you don't have it, and M-Seti is just there, so it's like you're playing 4 copies of M-Seti. Why am I not playing 3 copies of Walls of Imperial Tomb? It is a field spell, and honestly, you don't really need that much because the way I am playing it is that the Horus is a support engine, not a main engine. I don't think it ever will be the main engine for any of your decks unless you are playing rank 8 spam, in which case it will be. But this is how we're going to go into the video with just this specific engine. So let's go ahead and hop on into combo number 1. Okay, so for combo number 1, you're going to need M-Seti plus any discard. So we're actually going to zoom the video out a little bit so that you can see the field. So we're going to activate the effect of M-Seti in our hand, discarding M-Seti and any other card to be able to search for a King Sarcophagus and allow us to draw any card. So we'll just draw a random card. Now what we can do is activate the King Sark and then activate the King Sark again to discard any card. And then we can send from our deck to our grave any Horus monster. We can send in another M-Seti if you want, but that's not the smartest choice to do. I would send Happy so that you can get 2 different Horus monsters with different names. So now that you control a King Sarcophagus, these are inherit summons, so it's not activated effects. So you just special the Happy, then you special the M-Seti. And now what you have on board, let's go ahead and count the interruptions and negations. It's actually only interruptions, so both of your monsters, all of the Horus monsters share an ability that's unique to them. Is that when your opponent removes a card from your field, they do something special. Imseti says to, I think, non-target, remove a card and send it to grave off the field. Happy says that you target cards in either of the graveyards, and you can either return them to the hand or send them back to the deck, which is pretty neat for disrupting your opponent's plays or getting some of your cards back if they got rid of your important pieces like King Sark. But the most important card is King Sark kind of acts like a floodgate. The original King Sark, by the way, not the walls. So the original King Sark says that your Horus monsters that you control cannot be destroyed by card effects that do not target them. So stuff like Raigeki, Dark Hole, Lightning Storm. I almost said Vortex. Stuff like that, blowout cards. Or cards that specifically just destroy one card on the field, but if it doesn't target it, then it's not going to work. It has to target it, so it's kind of backwards. It protects you from blowout cards, but not target protection. So it's a little backwards, but it's nice because, a lot of the target protections are out there, but stuff like blowout cards are really rocking the meta. Horus kind of goes a little bit of anti-meta. But King Sark also does another thing, is when your Horus monster battles, during the damage step, you can activate the King Sark and send whatever monster your Horus monster is battling to the grave without applying damage calc. So really nice to get over stuff like a Dragoon during damage step. Send it to grave. So really nice. That's going to be the Horus combo number 1. Let's go ahead and move on into the other Horus combo. Okay, so for combo number 2, you're actually going to need a Walls of the Imperial Tomb plus any 2 disc cards. So what you'll do is activate the Walls of the Imperial Tomb, and it becomes King Sark while in the field. And I believe it's when you activate it, or you just activate it again, to add a Horus monster. So we'll add the Imseti, but then we have to put a card from our hand on the bottom of the deck. So we'll just put this random card. It's fine. And then we can activate the Imseti, discarding our random card to then search for our King Sark and be able to draw a random card. So now we'll be able to play the King Sark, activate the King Sark, discarding a random card, or the only card in our hand, to send the Happy to the grave. And now you control 2 King Sark, but it doesn't really all that matter, but it does matter if your opponent wants to get rid of one or the other. You still have a King Sark on the field, so you're still able to special back the Happy and the Imseti from your grave. And then you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interruptions on the field. This protects them. This sends the monster they're battling to the grave. This spot removes 1 card, and this spot removes 2 cards out of the grave. Back to the hand or back to the deck. So a total of 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 interruptions. So pretty nice. Now, you could sacrifice the 3 interruptions you have here, and that also would sacrifice the 2 interruptions you get from having a Horus monster on the field by going into an Xyz, because these are both level 8s. In fact, all the Horus monsters are level 8s. So you could go into, like, say, final game. You could go into Garunik's Eternity to just blow the whole field up and attack for game. Or whatever you might be going through. Or you just leave this on field for interruption's sake. Now we're going to go into combo number 3. And this will be the final combo. Alright, so for this combo and the final combo, plus a little bit of extra at the end of the combo I will talk about, is you're going to need a King Sark plus any 2 disc cards. So what you'll do is activate the King Sark, and then you will discard a random card and send Imseti to the grave. Activate King Sark again, discard the other card in your hand, then send the Happy to the grave. Now you control a King Sark, so you'll be able to special back the Happy, and you'll be able to special back the Imseti. And from there, it's up to you to leave them on field and have your 5 interruptions, or go into Xyz, whatever you want to do. But this is the extra part about the video that I'm going to talk about next. So what happens when your opponent breaks your board? Because this is such a short video, I'm going to go ahead and include this into the combo guide. So what happens when your opponent breaks your board and your monsters leave the field? Your King Sark leaves the field. So long as you can access, now these 2 random cards were part of the combo, but say they're any other 2 cards. So long as you can access your walls, or this is supposed to be a King Sark. I don't have it. I'm waiting for it in the mail. So long as you're able to access your King Sark or the walls to just play the King Sark on the field, or to just play the walls, not activating its effect, they are both King Sark while on the field, and you're just able to revive back both the Mseti and Happy. And you can keep doing that every turn over and over. You can, in fact, use these as link material, and then next turn, literally bring them back. It's sort of kind of like an infinite resource, so long as you keep having a King Sark on the field. So it's actually really nice. But if they did not get rid of your King Sark, and say they just got rid of both of your monsters, it's the same thing. You can just keep bringing them back, and it's not activated effects. Now, if they have something like Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, sure, why not? But yeah, actually, Solemn Judgment doesn't target it. So that's really funny that they activate it, and they pay half, and it still won't be destroyed because it doesn't target it. I'm pretty sure Solemn Strike doesn't target either. That's actually freaking hilarious. But yeah, you just keep on having infinite cards that you can just keep pulling back out every turn and keep using as link material or Xyz material, so long as you're able to keep having them in the grave. So it's just really nice. But that's going to be it for the Horus engine. Now, if you wanted to know for how to use this, if you want to play with these, I'll go ahead and include them in the very next part, which is right now. So this is the most ideal hand for a full entire Horus engine. So what you'll do is you'll activate the Mseti. And if you don't have these 2 in your hand, they can be any other 2 discards. It does not matter. But you're going to activate the Mseti, and then you're going to discard another card to then search for... My bad. We can then search for the King Sark, and then we're able to draw any other random card. So we'll just draw a random card. Now what you can do is play the King Sark, and you activate the effect, discarding that card to send that card from deck to grave. And you still have 2 more cards to discard, and like I said, these 2 were already in our hand, but if they're not, that's fine. You can activate the King Sark 2 more times. Discard, send that to grave, King Sark, discard, send that to grave. And now you're able to bring out the Happy, the Water Monster, the Earth Monster, and the Dark Monster. So Dark, Water, Earth, Wind. There is no fire, there is no light. I actually would be very shocked if they came out with the fire and light. That would be awesome. But now you've got 4 monsters on the field, which you can go into multiple different Xyz routes, or if Appaloosa was still unbanned, that would be nice too. But yeah, you have multiple different options. 4 monsters, 4 effect monsters, 4 level 8 monsters. Really nice. But it's pretty much interchangeable. The entire Horus engine is a discard engine. It's never going to be a 1-card engine. That's not how it's set up. It's a support engine. It's not a full-on deck by itself. It's always going to be a support engine. So keep that in mind when making your deck and putting Horus in it. It's a support and discard engine to discard cards from your hand and benefit off of that. So make sure you remember that when you want to put Horus in your deck, is to have cards you want to discard, or that when you discard them, you know you can get them back. But that's going to be it. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe, because we are aiming for 500 subscribers by the end of this year. So let's make it happen. As always, make sure to keep it real, and peace out.